Hey, what's up, everybody? Brett Mix here for my channel, Macho Wrestling 101. Hit like and subscribe if you like what we do. Pump up videos every day. And now we're doing the Royal Rumble Anthology, and we're up to 2019. This is the second year in a row where there's been a men's Rumble and a women's Rumble. And this event was jam-packed with action, so let's get going right away off the jump. Asuka defended her women's title against Becky Lynch. Now, this match had a lot of hype. It had two big stars in the women's division, obviously going at it for the SmackDown women's title. Asuka tried to defend against a red-hot Becky Lynch. Would she be able to do it so? They wrestled almost 20 minutes long, and in the end, it was Asuka that got the victory, making Becky tap. Now, I loved so many moments in this match. It just felt vicious. It didn't feel like both ladies were taking their time. It felt like there was a legit gripe, and it felt like they both wanted to walk out as champion, which I love. You got to have that animosity there, and they'd had it, even though it was the opening match. And the crowd was hot for it too. They reacted to everything. This Royal Rumble took place from Chase Field, from Phoenix, Arizona. I might want to add. And anyway, the match ended at 17:10. I've seen a lot of people go high on this match, and I definitely agree with them. I give this match 4 stars. It was a classic opener and a classic women's match. And we move on to a tag team match between The Miz, Shane McMahon, and The Bar for the tag team titles. We had new champions at the end of this, as The Miz and Shane walk out with the gold. Uh, just checking the time of this match, because I remember it not being. I remember them not giving all the time in the world. Yeah, they gave it 13 minutes, 20 seconds for this one. It was entertaining, fast paced. Anything the Miz was doing around this time was entertaining, and he got over no matter what. And a lot of people didn't like Shane McMahon on TV at the time, but I thought it was entertaining, and it lasted 13 minutes, and the new tag team champions. I liked it a lot. I'll give it 3 stars. Next, we had Ronda Rousey defending the ladies' title against Sasha Banks. This was a clinic. This was a submission-based match, pretty much. It wasn't a submission match, but it might as well have been. Ronda Rousey went through the arm of Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks going for the arm of Ronda Rousey. Both the ladies trying to limit the offense. Ronda wanted Sasha Banks down and grounded, and Sasha Banks wanted Rousey's arm basically ripped off so she didn't throw those Rousey punches. The counter wrestling this was great. I liked all the work, and I like how they utilized the ring going up into the corner. They even had a superplex in the ring. Rousey got superplexed by Banks. A couple of modified Banks statements, and she really torqued the arm of Rousey. And Rousey remembering to sell was really big too. I really enjoyed this match. This is probably one of Ronda Rousey's best singles match, perhaps. I gave it 4 stars, just like the ladies' match before it. I give 4 stars, and in the end, it was Rousey that won the match, and she retained the title. I'm just checking the time though. At 13:55, she retained the title. Uh, so just like the last match before it got 13 minutes, and the other women's match had 17 minutes. So these are longer paced matches, and I'm glad they gave you time on pay-per-view. That's what pay-per-view is all about. And this will be remembered as one of Ronda Rousey's best. Just a great submission classic. Uh, Next, we had the Women's Royal Rumble. Becky Lynch won the Rumble by last eliminating Charlotte Flair at 1 hour and 12 minutes. I don't know if that's the longest Royal Rumble of all time, but it's got to be. It's got to be up there. There was a 40-man Rumble, and there was a World's Greatest Royal Rumble that I'm not counting and not reviewing, by the way, where Braun Strowman won, the one where Titus O'Neil slid under the ring. I don't count that as part of this Royal Rumble pay-per-view anthology, so that might have been longer, and the 40-man might have been longer, but 1 hour and 12 minutes looks like a long time. This match started with Lacey Evans and Natalya. I remember Liv Morgan had a 3-second cameo, which is disgusting considering Liv Morgan's talent. I'm glad in recent years they've corrected their wrongs. This match wasn't so much about famous Hall of Famers coming back. They made good use out of the roster in this match with the NXT. A lot of the NXT stars in this Rumble. The Stars of Tomorrow. This Rumble also had the fans more engaged because it took place in the middle of the show. They got a little bit tired near the end. They were even tired for a championship match after this, which is hard to believe. Charlotte had a good run in this Rumble. She came out at number 13. It was an unlucky number 13 for her in this Rumble. Uh, Kairi Sane came out at 14. Maria Kanellis had a comeback of sorts. She was on 205 Live, I guess, but it looked like a comeback. Naomi came back or not came back. She came in next of the match from SmackDown. Candice LeRae came in from NXT at the time. Alicia Fox, then Casey Catanzaro from NXT came out. Then Zelina Vega, then Ruby Riott, Dana Brooke, Io Shirai from NXT, then Rhea Ripley, a young Rhea Ripley from NXT UK, and she was dominant. Uh, Rhea Ripley was dominant in this match. She eliminated 3 ladies. Sonya Deville came out after that, then Alexa Bliss, then Bayley, then the winner, Becky Lynch at 28, then Nia Jax, then Carmella. So those are the order of the entrants. The most dominant woman in this match, elimination-wise, was Charlotte Flair with 5 eliminations. And Becky Lynch, who won, had 2 eliminations. And Becky Lynch spent 13 minutes and 20 seconds in this Rumble. Charlotte Flair spent 50 minutes and a second in this Rumble. So just 10 minutes under 60 minutes for the daughter of the 60-minute man. So overall, I give this Rumble 3 stars and a quarter. I thought it was just as good as the match the year before it, just almost as good. The first half was a little bit slow, but the second half really picked up. And it's about how you finish a lot of the time, and they finished strong here. All right, let's go now to the WWE title match. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. This match, it was not a submission match, but it also read like a technical classic. Both these guys were methodical in their pacing. I think this match is a lot like Bret Hart versus The Undertaker from Royal Rumble 96. Undertaker back then was a slow moving dead man, and it was methodical. Bret Hart was the technician. Here you had 2 technicians, but Daniel Bryan is a heel against the face AJ Styles. The crowd was dead. It followed the Royal Rumble. I think that would have been better served if they had a 10-minute match in between this. But the championship match, they had 2 championship matches that followed the Women's Royal Rumble, and the 2 classic women's lady singles matches that both they're around the 4-star category. So the crowd, you can forgive them for not being super into it, but the action in the ring was quite good. In the end, Daniel Bryan beat AJ at 24-35. I give this match 3 stars and 3 quarters. Just a terrific. I'm not going to call it a masterpiece, but it's just a terrific match. Both guys sold wonderfully as expected. Both guys really brought it. I think that they deserve better crowd reaction wise, but they didn't get it. But I give them 3 stars, 3 quarters for sure. Next was Lesnar defending the WWE Universal title with Paul Heyman against Finn Balor. Lesnar retained at 8:40 with submission, and this was a fun match. I loved the contrast in styles. My all-time dream match. I don't know about everyone else, but my all-time dream. Maybe in the comments section you can write what you guys think is your all-time dream match. But my all-time dream match is Bret the Hitman Hart versus Brock Lesnar. So this is Lesnar versus Finn Balor. I'm not saying Finn Balor's like Bret Hart, but when you look at size, and part of the reason why Lesnar Hart is my dream match is because look at Lesnar versus Angle, those matches. The size of the competitor versus a beast, it's a reason why I love Bret versus Diesel, or Bret versus Undertaker, or Shawn versus Diesel. Or Angle versus Lesnar, Benoit versus Lesnar. So this Finn Balor Lesnar match really kind of gave me those vibes, and they had to be quick with the timing because they still had the Men's Royal Rumble on the show. So it just went 8:55, but I thought it was just action packed. It only felt like a few minutes compared to the other matches on the night, but Lesnar retained the title, and a great match. I give that 3 stars, 3/4, just like I gave the Daniel Bryan AJ Styles match. All right, now it's the Royal Rumble, the main event. Elias began it with a song, and then all of a sudden, a surprising Hall of Famer, Jeff Jarrett, makes his second, or makes the Rumble with his second draw. Last year's winner, Shinsuke, was the third guy in the ring. Kurt Angle then made a surprise entrance as the fourth guy in the ring. Uh, Last year, Shinsuke was great. He didn't last long in this match, though. Big E, Samoa Joe were out next. Then Johnny Gargano, who had an NXT Classic the night before with Ricochet. Hawkins was out next, then Seth Rollins, and Elias had been in there for 15 minutes before Seth Rollins eliminated him. Titus World Slide, as they call it, came out, and he went underneath the ring where Hawkins was, and then Joe eliminated him when he went back in the ring. Kofi came out. Kofi next came out to defy the laws, to defy the laws of physics, as JBL put it, because Kofi had so many memorable spots. So what was he going to do this year was what people wondered. Mustafa Ali then eliminated Shinsuke Nakamura, as Ali had come out just before that. To a big applause, Nakamura was the one who was eliminated that I referenced earlier, but Mustafa Ali would go on to have a really memorable Rumble. He hit a tornado DDT to Johnny Gargano in the ring, and it was one to Samoa Joe as well. More than halfway in, as No Way Jose comes out, what an awful gimmick. No Way Jose just, yeah, I'm not even going to say a lame joke about No Way Jose. But Samoa Joe eliminated him. McIntyre, who Cole called his pick, came out at 16. I understand Drew McIntyre has all the tools a pro wrestler needs, but he doesn't, to me, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but hey, it's my channel, I'm going to say it. Drew McIntyre, to me, he has all the tools a pro wrestler needs, and he might be the complete package. He might have the look, he might have everything. I just think he doesn't stick to whatever character he plays. There's something missing. He doesn't play a Scottish psychopath when he was a heel. He'd be nice to the lady interviewers and then all calm. And then but not like a psychopath where you're manipulating the ladies. He just did it like, he just acted, his acting is off. There's something about Drew that I never really clicked with like everyone else. But Drew would have his big moment later on, not on this night, but later on in later years. But McIntyre was pretty dominant in the ring, eliminating the New Day. Then the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne came out. Aleister Black came out. People were high on Aleister. Dean Ambrose came out. Samoa Joe hit a power slam to Aleister Black, who came in. Shelton Benjamin joined the fray. Joe eliminated Ali, who was impressive in the ring. 23 was Corbin. 24 was Jeff Hardy. 25 was Mysterio. Corbin threw out Aleister Black. McIntyre threw out Pete Dunne. The crowd was dead here in this spot as the ring started to fill up towards the climax. Lashley was 26, but was eliminated right away by Rollins. Then Braun Strowman came out at the famous 27 spot where so many men have won the Royal Rumble. And he was coming off the world's greatest Royal Rumble, or the world's biggest Royal Rumble, whatever that pay-per-view was called. So he had some momentum. He put Rollins through a table in frustration when he was eliminated. Jeff Hardy eliminated by Drew McIntyre. Ziggler came out next. Orton then came out at 29. And before R-Truth could come out at 30, Nia Jax jumped him. And Nia Jax labeled herself number 30, and she had some memorable spots with Ali, with Ziggler, with Mysterio, with Orton and Ali. Mustafa Ali had a brilliant 30-minute performance before Nia Jax eliminated him. Orton went for an RKO on Nia. He hit one anyway later on, but he dodged the first one. Ray hit a 619 on Nia. Ziggler with a super kick, and Ray hit the 619, and then Orton got his RKO, which was a big pop. Orton and Ray didn't eliminate her until a baseball slide to Jax. Orton hits an RKO on Ray and tossed him out for payback for 2006. So Nia's out, now Ray's out, as Orton got payback. Ziggler and Andrade facing off one-on-one while Strowman and Rollins were still in the ring, but on the outside as the final four. Rollins threw out Strowman in the end, as Ziggler and Andrade had been eliminated just before that. Rollins had his Mania moment, and but this was his Royal Rumble moment, as he had never won a Royal Rumble before. But he did have the WrestleMania moment from WrestleMania 31 when he cashed in his Money in the Bank and defeated Lesnar. The most dominant person in this Rumble, elimination-wise, was Braun Strowman with 5. Drew McIntyre was the runner-up with 4. Seth Rollins, the winner, had 3, and he lasted 43 minutes in this Rumble. So a pretty good performance by the winner, Seth Rollins. Andrade spent 26 minutes, 30 seconds in the Rumble. And Mustafa Ali, let's see what he spent, because he was impressive in this Rumble. 30 minutes and 5 seconds. So one of the higher ups was Mustafa Ali in this match. I thought the match started out good with the comebacks. They needed that because this match was the main event of a long show, which was full of classics. I give the men's Royal Rumble match 3.5 stars. Good Rumble. Nothing bad to say about it at all. I don't feel it dragged. All Rumble matches sort of drag in the middle, but that's just the nature of the beast. The crowd was a little bit dead, but that's because they had been through so many classics: Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Asuka. So you couldn't blame the crowd. This was an excellent Rumble. Overall, I give the show 8.5 out of 10. It was a classic Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I could have even given it a 9. Uh, a ton of classics. Makes it a must-see. So I would give this Rumble 8.5 out of 10. Label it a must-see. Let's see what 2019 will be tomorrow. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'm still getting better at reading my notes and conveying my message in a video form. I know I'm not at my best, and I know I don't have fancy equipment just yet, but just stick with me and things will happen. I promise you that. All right, this is Brett Mix for Macho Wrestling 101. Stay subscribed, hit the like button, and leave a comment, and it will really help the algorithm of the channel, help it get my feet off the floor. I really appreciate it. All right, see you at the next Rumble review. I'm out.